Welcome to Keeping in Sync with Microsoft 365 for this week, the 19th of February 2024. I'm your host, Loryan Strant. Just a reminder, as with every week, that certain dates may change and organisation-specific settings may apply to you, and also license restrictions may or may not apply to you. And for those international who are watching this, Tay visited Australia on the weekend, so very exciting. Now, starting off with Clipchamp. So users can actually use the new auto captions feature in Clipchamp for all videos at no additional cost, as there is a Clipchamp premium plan and you don't have to have it for this feature. The caption menu is an icon in the top right corner of the Clipchamp editor, and the captions will be automatically generated using AI and added to the video as text. This is rolling out late February to mid-March. Now, for those who have Copilot for Microsoft 365, they can actually now delete their interaction history for themselves by going to the privacy page on the myaccount.microsoft.com page. So if you've put some questionable things in there, you can now remove them. Well, at least for your view, because if your IT team have the right compliance policies in place, that stuff ain't going anywhere. And also the cops are on their way, so get running. This feature is available now. Now, the forms experience in lists in SharePoint is getting a big upgrade. Now, to date, if you wanted to have a prettier experience than the native SharePoint list forms, you'd have to build it in something like actually Microsoft Forms, and then have a Power Automate workflow, copy the contents over to the new list. Now, with the new forms experience in lists, it is a lot easier to add the fields and show, hide, and rearrange them. You can also choose one of the themes for your form. You can also send the form as a link to anyone in your organization to fill out. And form respondents can log in, open the form in the browser and fill in the form. And then you'll start seeing form responses starting to appear in the list as items. This is a big improvement because you don't have to give people access to the list itself. And it's also important to know that this isn't actually Microsoft Forms and has nothing to do with it. It's just a case of where Microsoft has used a word, turned it into a product name. And now when you have any reference to it, you have to know, is this uppercase forms or lowercase forms? This is rolling out this forms, lowercase forms functionality is rolling out to uppercase lists in uppercase share, uppercase point in late February to late April. Now, a bunch of new updates to the task publishing service in Planner, which allows you to distribute tasks to multiple different teams. We'll have the ability for recurring task lists for either teams or individuals. When I say teams, I mean capital T, teams, as well as training and policy task lists for each member of a team, capital T. The ability to require people to complete a form, lowercase f, or actually, sorry, no, proper F, uppercase F as a component of a task. So for example, like saying, hey, you've done this, now we're going to quiz your knowledge. And also the approval of completion tasks. So if someone says the task is complete, it can actually go off to somebody for approval. This is rolling out mid-March to early April. Now, in October 2026, Microsoft Publisher will reach its end of life. After that time, it will no longer be included in Microsoft 365, and existing on-premises suites will no longer be supported. Until then, support for Publisher will continue, and you can expect the same experience as today, as if you actually even know that it's installed in your computer. Some people may not actually have it, but most people still will. Now, Microsoft will be introducing the term Unverified, which will be seen for all meeting participants who do not have a trusted relationship with the organizer. Now, in human speak, what this means is if someone's been previously invited as a guest into a team in your organization, but joins a meeting without switching to that guest account, they'll be shown as external because they're known. And anybody in the same organization as the organizer won't have a label, and everybody else will simply show up as unverified scum. Now, also, it's important to note that this particular screenshot is real. There is no fancy Photoshop or paint skills used here. So if anyone thinks that all I'm doing is just regurgitating existing content and making a few snide comments and jokes in the process, let this be an example of my dedication to giving you a screenshot when Microsoft doesn't provide one. It took me 3.5 hours to get this screenshot right. I hope you appreciate that. 3.5 hours. No, not really. This is rolling out mid-February to early March. Now, have you ever been in a Teams meeting with someone who played a video at Well, with this new feature, you can actually manually optimize your screen sharing for video or motion content that is being shared in a Teams meeting. Now, effectively what it does is if automatic detection of the video fails or is delayed when you share the content, that presenters can go into the optimize for playing video setting in the presenter toolbar overflow menu, which is the 3-dot menu, or as many of us call it, the kebab menu, and this will ensure that the content is displayed as smoothly as possible. This is rolling out early to late March. Now, in Microsoft Search, end users will soon be able to search for and find high confidence matching questions and answers in Microsoft Viva and communities in Viva Engage. Now, if you have a Viva Suite license, you'll actually be able to post a question to answers in Viva from Microsoft Search. That was lots of words that are also Microsoft product names. Legitimately, what it is actually realistically, it is a legitimately good use case and justification for buying the Viva Suite license, because if the ability to post a question from a fruitless search actually gets you and others in the future the answer, that is a big help for any person. This is rolling out early to late March. Now, users will be able to generate include AI-generated document summary of a Microsoft Word document when they share that document with other users. The document summary can be included in the share notification email sent to recipients and also adds more context for the shared Word document. However, it is important to note that this feature is only enabled for customers with a Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 license and only works when sharing a file in Word on the web, not on your desktop. This is rolling out mid to late March. And that's it for keeping in sync with Microsoft 365 this week.